Cursed Gifts. Chapter 1. The Morning Tragedy. It was a bitterly cold Christmas morning when Mr. Lansing trudged home from his long night shift. His breath turned to frost in the air, and his tired feet crunched against the snow. He hadn't been paid this month again, and the thought of his children waking up to an empty tree made his chest ache. But then, fate twisted. At the corner of a deserted street, half buried in snow, sat a box, and found it filled with brand new toy soldiers. His heart swelled with relief.
"Christmas is saved,"
he whispered, clutching the box to his chest. By the time the first light of dawn painted the horizon, he rushed through his front door, wrapped the toys in leftover paper, and carefully placed them under the tree. The living room looked like something out of a dream, the presents stacked high beneath twinkling lights. When his family waked up, their joy filled the house with music. His wife Sofia clapped her hands together, eyes shining. His son shouted with excitement, and even their little daughter sang along as they began humming Christmas carols. For a brief, shining moment, everything was perfect. But perfection never lasts. As Mr. Lansing looked closer, he noticed something strange. Two of the toys were missing from the box. He brushed it off, convincing himself he had missed hours later. After the gifts had been unwrapped and laughter had quieted, exhaustion pulled at Mr. Lansing. His body reeked of sweat and smoke from the long shift, so he excused himself and went upstairs for a shower. Steam filled the bathroom as he turned on the water. That's when he noticed it propped against the shower wall. One of the toy soldiers he had wrapped. The small figure stood upright, its painted eyes seeming to glare at him. He bent down, reaching with a frown. The soldier's arms moved. In a split second, the toy raised its miniature rifle, and gunfire erupted. Bullets ricocheted around the bathroom, burning into his flesh. Mr. Lansing stumbled back, screaming in disbelief. Before he could escape, the missing lumberjack toy appeared from the shadows, its plastic axe glinting like steel. With a swift motion, it chopped through flesh and bone, severing his head from his body. The soldier and lumberjack dragged his body into the bathtub, filling it with water until red overflowed onto the tiled floor. Hours later, Sofia grew uneasy. Her husband had been in the bathroom far too long. She knocked, but there was no answer. Fear clawed at her chest as she opened the door only to be greeted with blood splattered across the floor. Her scream tore through the house. Mr. Lansing's headless body lay in the tub. His wife stumbled back, grabbing her phone and dialing 911 with trembling hands. The police arrived within 20 minutes. When they entered the bathroom, the first thing they noticed were two shell casings from an old World War I rifle. Confused, they pressed deeper into the room, their boots squelching against the soaked floor.
"Man,"
one officer muttered, shaking his head.
"who the hell does something like this on Christmas morning? I just wanted to enjoy my holiday."
"I know, right?"
His partner muttered, scanning the bloodstains.
"That's a lot of damn blood."
When they pulled back the curtain, both men froze. Mr. Lansing's headless torso floated in a crimson pool. Backup was called immediately, but the head was never found. At the station, Sofia could barely breathe, let alone speak. Her trembling hands clutched at nothing as she tried to explain. After 30 minutes of silence, she finally spoke. Her husband worked nights, came home at 5, and today had carried in a box of toys. They wrapped them together, sang as a family. Then he went to shower. She let him be while she played outside with the kids. Her voice cracked as she remembered.
"We were laughing, having fun. I forgot about the ham in the oven. When we rushed inside, our son called for him, but he never answered. I thought it was strange. He never takes that long. I went upstairs, and when I opened the door, I saw blood on the floor. I pulled the curtain."
Her sobs drowned out the rest. Later, while speaking to police, she remembered something chilling.
"While I was on the phone with 911, I noticed the bathroom window was wide open. We never opened that window, and I heard the neighbor's dog barking like crazy. Could someone have been in there?" Could someone have murdered my husband?
Ma'am,
The officer said gently.
we are still investigating. We don't know who or what killed your husband.
Terrified to return home, Sofia gathered her children and went to her friend Linda's house. The warmth of Linda's living room was comforting at first. Linda sat with her, offering water and listening patiently as Sofia recounted the horror. Hours passed until nightfall, when Linda showed them to a guest bedroom. Everyone tried to sleep, but 4 hours later, Sofia woke with a dry throat. Quietly, she slipped downstairs for a glass of water. That's when she saw them, 2 dark shadows at the window watching her. Her scream shattered the silence. Linda rushed down with a bat in hand.
Girl, what's going on? Are you okay? Did something happen?
There's someone here.
Sofia stammered.
I saw 2 shadows at the window. They were looking right at me.
Linda searched the house from top to bottom, but found nothing. No footprints, no movement, nothing. She reassured Sofia, insisting she had imagined it, and guided her back upstairs. But comfort never lasts. 15 minutes later, a loud crash echoed through the house. Something had fallen. Sofia crept downstairs, her body trembling, her breaths shallow. The living room was dark, lit only by the glow of Christmas lights. She stopped cold. Linda's body lay sprawled on the floor, her arms and legs severed, her insides ripped out. Sofia's knees buckled, but she couldn't move. She stood frozen, staring at the nightmare. Then a warm drip landed on her face. She slowly tilted her head upward. Scrawled across the ceiling in dripping blood were 3 words, repeated again and again, each one more frantic than the last.
Take me back, take me back, take me back.
To be continued.